Good day folks, this is Marius Landman and this is a quick Bitcoin update for our members all around the world. If you are new to our subscription service and new to our membership, please go back and read all those reports from about a month or 2 months ago. It's very important that you get up to date, at least here on the bottom where Bitcoin reached about 3125, where we recommended to our subscribers and said that risk adverse investors can now enter the market. It's very important that you follow the flow, and here on 2 April where we broke upwards, and we find ourselves now here at this level here. Months and months ago, we came out and said that we expect this level here, this specific level of 15 October 2018, to be broken at some point. And then also here, this second level here, that blue line, which is the 20 July 2018 line, that we will break that line there as well. And you can see that both of those at this point now have been broken. In our algorithm data, we have found another date that is very important, and you'll see in the previous post about 2 days ago we sent that out to our members. I want you to keep this date very private. It's only for you because you're a subscriber and you're a member. We don't want the entire world to know what we know. This date here of 11 March 2018 is a very important date. And if we go back here, you'll see here on the right hand side of the screen that that level is 9768. We believe that Bitcoin could potentially go up and still hit that level of 9768. Also remember that I said about a week and a half ago that there is a probability that an ETF could be approved. If that happens, it will push Bitcoin even higher, around about the $10,000 mark or even a little bit higher. If the ETF does not get approved in the month of May, then expect that to happen perhaps next month. What I now want to do is to take you to this point here where Bitcoin is now at that level there, and I'm going to go to a new chart here. This chart here is very important that you understand what is happening with Bitcoin. This red box here is our box that says caution. We are heading into a high point. And if you followed us from 2 or 3 months ago, we spoke about the ABCD correction that happens in the algorithm pattern where Bitcoin goes up, A, B, C, D. Go back to the old videos or the old reports and you'll see what I mean there with our algorithm pattern. Now you'll see that Bitcoin has now gone up to your A, B, C, and we still need to come down here to your D. In this red box, which we call now the extended wave of C, CC+, we're going to go down and we're going to head into DD very shortly. Now, you'll see that Bitcoin will still move up here. We expect this date here, very important that we have a look at that date here, between 15 and 24 May as the potential high point for Bitcoin, as potentially also for cryptocurrencies. We do expect that there's going to be another spike upwards into this level. Remember that blue line there is this line here, which is that 11 March, this one here, 11 March 2018. That is where that blue line comes from. We do expect, and remember also that we said a few days ago that we are looking for a 4-day uptrend. We could potentially see that this will go into, it's now the 13th, we can go into 14, 15 and 16 as the high point. So expect a little bit of upwards momentum into this point here of 5. Can this extend? Yes, it can. Because remember, I've been talking about this extended wave. There could be an extended wave in Bitcoin because that point 5 is our last point that we need to reach. Now, let's say if we reach that point there at 9768, it's not a bad idea to start taking some profits because this red box here is the red box that we need to be cautious. Anything in this time frame here is important that you start taking profits. With profits, I mean take 10, 20 or 30% off the table. Now remember guys, this entire video is not financial advice. It's for training and education purposes only. What we are going to expect once we reach the stop is that Bitcoin is going to come back and retrace. In our opinion, from the data that I'm looking at, we look at about between 4,800 and 4,500. Now this is what I want you to do. If you go here and let's say if Bitcoin reaches that top of 9,700 or almost $10,000, if you sell out there, there is a big probability that you can come down and buy Bitcoin here at a lower level, wherever that level is going to be. Not necessarily lower, but the higher lower this drop is going to be. But closer to that time, I'm going to provide you with updates according to our algorithm data. At this moment, just enjoy the profits, have a look at what's happening in Bitcoin, take your profits. Let me explain to you what is happening with Litecoin. Okay, first of all, we see Litecoin to potentially go up as high as $189. You can see that Bitcoin already made that move. It jumped up and has gone to extreme highs. All that is left is that one of the altcoins needs to spike upwards, and you are going to see an altcoin run in most of the top altcoins. You can see this blue line is the 20 exponential moving average, and you can see it's just turning upwards, and it should cross this 50 exponential moving average, or sorry, the 50 moving average. Now, once that crosses, we're going to see a little bit of more momentum here for Litecoin. And you could even see a line up to this point here very quickly in the next day or two, which will break the $111 mark in our opinion. Now, it could be that this line actually only stops about there. This number 5 will be higher than that number 3, and that can actually conclude perhaps the high point for Litecoin. Anything above, and this is what I want you to do, anything above $111 Litecoin is a bonus. As soon as you get to that point there, I am actually personally going to take 10 or 20 or 30% off the table. So I take my profits. The next stop will be $135. Now remember what I said, if you look at Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin already spiked upwards. The same can happen with Litecoin at any given time. When we hit that top, this date is very important, between 15 and 24 May. We could potentially see this line here, this blue line on the right hand side, we could potentially extend to 6 June. But again, closer to that time, we are going to provide updates for you. At this moment here, we see Litecoin dropping back to around about $60. It's going to be a sharp drop, a little bit of upwards momentum, one more drop, and then we're away for the rest of the year. The amount of money that people will make by owning Litecoin is going to be incredible. We see Litecoin hitting a price target of $1,200 for one Litecoin. Let's get into Bitcoin Cash. Now keep in mind what I showed you, what happened in Litecoin. You can see here with Bitcoin Cash, the 50 moving average is right there. Let me just move that over there, and we will move the 200 over there. So this one here, exactly where my mouse is now, is the 200 moving average. That green line there is the 50 moving average. Then this dark brown line is the 20 exponential moving average of the Bollinger Band. You can see the Bollinger Band is this little band here on the side, which shows the outer limits of the price action for Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is one of the most amazing cryptos, and it's actually my favorite at the moment. It never used to be, but it's doing really well. You can now see that it's broken above that outer limit of the Bollinger Band, and there's a lot more to come here. My first point of the price target could be about $582, and you can see that Bitcoin Cash is now just breaking the $400 level. So expect a little bit more upwards momentum there. It's going to go into that level there again, and just remember this again, guys, this is your zone that you need to be very careful about. Coming into this zone here, and remember, Bitcoin is already in that zone, in the red zone. Bitcoin Cash is yet to arrive in that zone. If we break the $582 level, it's not going to be impossible to have a spike up into the level of $800. Now, it could be a big spike up and a big retracement, a very quick retracement. So it's advisable to keep an eye on this. Put your sell orders in once you hit your targets. Don't be too greedy. Let's have a look at EOS. Exactly the same. You can see that it's broken out above this flag pattern here, and it's just come all the way down here, and now it's breaking upwards into this level here. Expect EOS to hit that level there of $6 and potentially go up as high as $8. Again, guys, this date here of 15 to 24 May, very important to watch. But closer to that time, we will give you more updates. And have a look here, let me just zoom in there, and you can actually see here that the 20 exponential moving average, which is that dark brown line, is actually just starting to move upwards, and that is a great sign, it's a good sign. There's a breakout in altcoins perhaps going to happen in the next day, 2 or 3, and when it happens, it will be very quick and swift. So you need to be on top of your game for the next 2, 3 or 4 days. NEO is still heading upwards. If you look at the number 3 point there, and the number 5 point there. It must be a little bit higher than that. At this moment, you can see that NEO came down in this flag pattern 1, 2, there, 3, 4, 5, and it's just had that big breakout there. It hasn't broken above the flag pattern yet, but within the next day or two, it's going to break upwards there. And we expect that 20 exponential moving average, which is the dark brown line, to start turning upwards, and we could see a bit of momentum for NEO. It looks a little bit daunting for NEO to actually reach this level here of about $18, but I do expect that we can have a bit of an uptrend higher than this point here when NEO reached about $14. This chart doesn't specifically look really good. It doesn't look extremely bullish, but it can turn bullish at any given time. NEO has done that over and over and over again. It comes here from way behind and it wins the race. OMG again has broken out from this flag pattern and it's finding itself there now. We do expect again that 20 exponential moving average to start turning upwards, and this is almost similar to where NEO is, the one that I showed you before. We just needed to break above that 50 moving average and then we could see a bit of upside momentum. The price target that I look at here is about $3.80. Now, also very important, if you look at this 36-day cycle here, our algorithm data works in patterns, cycles, timelines, datelines. If you look at this, for example, here, this 36-day pattern, if we go back to Litecoin, you will have a look and see that Litecoin has also had this 36-day pattern here, and exactly there, on the 36 days, it started breaking out. Now let's go back to OMG and have a look here. You can see here that the 36-day pattern is almost over there, and we are now in the next day could see a potential of a break upwards similar to that of Litecoin. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Our target for Ethereum is still $223, and we expect that to go a little bit higher. Again, you can see here that the Bollinger Band, the 20 exponential moving average, is pointing upwards, and this is actually due for a breakout similar to that of Bitcoin, similar to that of Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. XLM, as I said in the last videos, that XLM or Stellar, the 200 moving average is too high, the 50 moving average is too low. We could have a spike out upwards, but if you get above this level, that level 3 point of about 0.13, take your profits when this thing jumps up. DigiByte is still in a downwards momentum trend here, and it's finding itself here right there at that point there, and we do expect a break at some point there. Similar to that of gold. Remember we said gold was at that high point there, and it came down in this 5-wave structure, and at this point we said that once it's completed this 5-wave structure, we're going to have a bit of a breakout here, and you can see that gold is just breaking out. This is going to be very good for KBC, for example, the KBC coin if you hold Carat Bitcoin. And let's have a look at Carat Bit quickly. You can see that Carat Bit has gone a little bit sideways here. First of all, it jumped up here to the high point, has been coming gradually downwards and then sideways, and is about to start moving upwards. And when that move happens, guys, it's going to be very, very quick. You could see it go from 4 to 6 cents very quickly, and then maybe 8 and 12 and 20 cents very quickly. If you hold KBC, simply hold it. It's also not a bad idea to accumulate at these low levels. Our target for Dash is $166, and you can see it also broke out above that flag pattern. You can now see that the Bollinger Band is starting to turn upwards, and the 50 moving average is pointing upwards as well. We could potentially break this $166 level and go a little bit higher to the 20 July line. Again, if you are a subscriber, make use of this report here. This report is the top 40 crypto report for 2019. Have a look at all this. All these price targets are the price targets which are the first high target, and then we give you the secondary high target. So the second high targets are max positions and not 100% guaranteed to reach that point, although you are going to find that many of these altcoins could potentially hit the second target. Anything at this moment can happen with any coin, guys, because the altcoins are going to move, and we've got about 2, 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days for the altcoins to actually move upwards. We only need one altcoin to break upwards, and the rest of the altcoins are going to follow. Let's have a look at silver. You'll see that we predicted silver to go down into 5 waves. That's your 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 4 waves, and maybe a smaller 5th wave. We do expect silver to start moving upwards here, and I don't expect it to hit into this level here between these 2 points here. Remember this, we've always been saying from the beginning of the year that Bitcoin is going to go upwards, all altcoins as well. Gold and silver is going to go up, and the world stock markets are going to do well. And let's quickly get into the world stock markets. Right here on the screen, I've got the Dow Industrial Average, which we call the Dow Jones or the DJI. We expected the DJI to come down here and drop into this level here, which is a normal ABC correction, and it could potentially go down as high as that. Similar to what you see here on the screen there, where the market started dropping there, it will go up slightly and then drop again. And maybe this could be part of a larger ABC correction. But for now, the market is in a downtrend. We could see a bit of upside there and then a bit of a downwards momentum possibly into this level here. But don't be too concerned about the world stock markets. Eventually the world stock markets are going to go up, the Dow Jones, to $38,000. This could just be a little bit of a blurb on its way to higher levels. There's not going to be like a huge market crash where the Dow Jones goes down to $10,000, or sorry, 10,000 points, as what many people predict. Remember this, guys, the war and rumors of war, I want to call it rumors of war all around the world, is induced. And those rumors of war are set up there to protect the Dow Jones and the world stock markets. All they need to do is to say that we are now at war and the world stock markets get propped up again. It's really a filthy way how these elite are playing with war and people living in different countries in the world. They use war to prop up world stock markets. And if they do announce that, you'll see the stock market just return back upwards and go to all new highs again. So imagine this, for example, if the president comes out of the USA and he announces and says that we are now at war. What is going to happen is that all these factories that make bombs and all sorts of missiles and war machinery are going to start working and employing more people. That's going to push up their stock market prices, and the whole market will be propped up. War is simply used to prop up world stock markets. It's been going on forever. The second thing is oil. Oil is also used, oil and gas, to prop up world stock markets. The other point that you also need to remember is that the Federal Reserve in the USA and all around the world, they can print as much money as what they want, and they use that money to buy certain stocks in the Dow Jones or in the world stock markets, and that props up the world stock markets. So this is why I say, we've got a bit of unethical behavior going on there. You'll never be able to catch the culprits, and you'll never be able to stop it, because this goes very deep into every country. Where there's money, there's going to be trouble. But for us here at in our membership and all people that are around the world that are now investing in Bitcoin, you're in good hands. Keep investing in Bitcoin. Keep holding your positions. There's another spike in Bitcoin coming, and that spike could potentially take us up to about 9768. And if you look at Bitcoin Cash, let's just quickly go back to Bitcoin Cash here. You can see that Bitcoin Cash is now starting to move upwards, and if Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin breaks out, we are going to have a break in most of the altcoins. I wish you good luck. I'll keep you up to date and hope you enjoy this video. Have a great and fantastic day. We will talk soon. Thank you.